edition of North Penn News. I'm Quadri Fletcher.
And I'm Dan Haynes. North Penn's annual Wing Bowl is back and hotter than ever. North Penn News reporter Quadri Fletcher has the story.
North Penn concluded an exciting day of Super Bowl celebration with its annual Wing Bowl. 17 groups made up of the school's hungriest students and staff tucked in for an evening full of school spirit and buffalo sauce. Thy Wingdom Come, a team composed of veteran swim team members and chicken lovers, took the night's top prize.
That was the smartest $10 I ever spent in my life, but this is probably the most disgusting thing anyone could ever do.
That was the smartest $10 my parents have ever spent.
The visual aspect of this spectacle was stomach-turning, to say the least. However, the more I thought about it, the more I realized that this is a one-of-a-kind event. Groups of friends, clubs, sports teams, and administrators coming together to engage in an awesome evening of gluttony. Still, with this coinciding with the biggest wing consumption day of the year, I couldn't help but feeling that this was a bit excessive.
I don't feel sick. I'm actually really hungry. Like, I kind of wish I anchored because I'm really hungry now.
Okay, it's just me. Reporting for North Penn News, I'm Quadri Fletcher. Montgomery Elementary School held its third annual Minithon, raising awareness and money toward a cure for childhood cancer. Tyler Pettis reports.
Raising money to help fight childhood cancer is a cause that we can all get behind. And that's exactly what over 400 students at Montgomery Elementary did this past Saturday for their annual Minithon. Students and teachers got together to dance and do activities all day to raise money for the 4 Diamonds Fund.
4 Diamonds is a wonderful foundation and fund that is supporting pediatric cancer research. They also support families that are going through cancer treatment right now up at Hershey Medical Center.
In its third year, Montgomery's Minithon raised $33,926.10, once again surpassing its goal of $20,000. And while this greatly benefits patients of pediatric cancer and their families, the event also helps to bring together an already strong Montgomery community.
I think our kids get a great experience just being aware of families that need help, and for them to come here and do this today, it just says a lot about the students that are involved, the teachers that are involved.
We're really proud of our students in grades K to 6 for giving of themselves, and we're thrilled to be able to teach that lesson and carry that on every year and into our 3rd year.
North Penn itself hopes to carry on the fun and excitement held by the Montgomery students and staff when it holds its first ever Minithon this April. Reporting for North Penn News, I'm Tyler Pettis.
In order to acknowledge the generosity and accomplishments of the alumni, the North Penn School District announces the Knights of Honor program. Knights of Honor will recognize alumni, members of the community, and former staff that have exhibited outstanding service to the North Penn School District in order to both pay tribute to these individuals and their accomplishments as well as inspire others to follow in their footsteps. Those who wish to nominate someone must do so by March 1st. And a committee of community members commissioned by the superintendent will select the final list of nominees, who will be honored at the ceremony at the end of each year, receive a plaque to be hung on the Knights of Honor wall at North Penn High School.
Congratulations to Brandon McManus and the Super Bowl 50 champion Denver Broncos. North Penn celebrated McManus Day in honor of the former Knights spot in the big game.
Are why they are.
A 55-yard kick is all it took to forever cement Brandon McManus' name in North Penn High School sports history.
Presumably, this would be some sort of school record. If he was able to convert, it will be 55 yards. Referees now get in position. The kick is up, and it is good. Brendan McManus converts from 55 yards.
Now, 7 years later, he is the first in North Penn's storied football program to make it to the Super Bowl. Immediately after graduating from North Penn, McManus took his talents to Temple University, where he broke all kinds of school records, including points scored and field goals made. After college, McManus moved on to the NFL, where, after brief stints with the Colts and Giants, he finally made his home with the Denver Broncos. McManus has also given back to the community through his creation of the Anti-Bully Squad in 2014, which has grown to over 6,500 members since. In one of the highlights of his career, McManus kicked the game-winning overtime field goal against the Cleveland Browns, capping off a big win over another former member of the North Penn community, Mike Penn. In celebration of McManus' accomplishments, North Penn sold over 1,000 t-shirts with his name and number on them in just 2 days.
McManus helped lead his team to the Super Bowl victory with 16 points over the Panthers. So congratulations to McManus and the Denver Broncos, and everyone from North Penn hopes to get a visit from Brandon soon.
Reporting for North Penn News, I'm Tyler Pettis.
North Penn High School held the annual Republic Night. January 26th marked Republic Night, celebrating the signing of India's Constitution. The Indian Cultural Association created a night featuring a myriad of dancing and singing performances, as well as a fashion show. Along with the student acts, audience members purchased raffle tickets and voted for Republic Night King and Queen. The night was an enormous success, as well as a great opportunity to showcase the illustrious cultures that surround us.
North Penn High School has no limit to the number of legendary coaches and players who are inducted into a Hall of Fame. Legendary North Penn track coach Richard Swanker has shown great accomplishments throughout his years of teaching and coaching. On February 28th, he will be inducted into the Pennsylvania State Track and Field Hall of Fame. Beginning his coaching career in 1982, Swanker was able to pull off 16 undefeated outdoor seasons, 4 District 1 team titles, a PIAA state team title, and a Penn Relays Distance Medley Relay title, leading his team to multiple victories before his retirement in 2005. Coach Swanker is still an assistant coach for the girls cross country and track team. In 2007, Coach Swanker was inducted into the North Penn Hall of Fame, and now his impact is officially being recognized statewide. Coach Swanker bleeds blue through and through, graduating from North Penn High School in 1966. He has garnered the respect and admiration of his peers and students over the past 50 years. Congratulations to Coach Swanker.
During the week of February 22nd, the North Penn School District will be hosting a series of assemblies by the Narcotics Overdose Prevention and Education, or NOPE, task force at secondary schools. NOPE's mission is to present personal, high-impact messages using first-hand accounts from those who have been affected by drug abuse. The presentations will use real local stories of students who lost their lives to drugs and alcohol. There will also be a parent forum on the 22nd at 7 p.m. in the North Penn Auditorium to discuss the NOPE Task Force. For more information about NOPE, please call 561-478-1055 or visit the website at www.nopetaskforce.org.
There is no better history lesson than having actual people who have lived through it in your class. Our Air Force JROTC students were honored to host local resident and retired Colonel Howard Snyder. Colonel Snyder gave a presentation on his first-hand experience during a wave of civil disorder after the assassination of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. in April of 1968. President Lyndon Johnson called on 13,600 federal troops, including 1,750 federalized D.C. National Guard troops, to assist an overwhelmed district police force. Colonel Snyder was part of the detail that was charged with protecting the White House, the Capitol building, the Federal building, and the city's firemen during that time of civil unrest.
North Penn High School football players got a chance to get in on some of the Super Bowl action by visiting elementary schools for their Reading Super Bowl.
The Super Bowl came early for elementary school students across the district. Members of the North Penn High School football team traveled to the 13 elementary schools to participate in the annual Reading Super Bowl. The event was created over a decade ago to be an outreach program for the football team.
The little kids really look up to us, and we try our best to set a good example for them.
The students were captivated by their high school guests.
I think they love it because I think they see what success looks like.
Yeah, I liked his book. I loved it.
Along with reading a book to the students, the athletes also answered questions, handed out and signed cards, and played with the students.
I think it's awesome that we get to see we're not just players and we're actual people too outside the classroom.
National Signing Day was Wednesday, and 2 students were acknowledged for their outstanding academic and athletic performance. Football players Keith Earl and Nifese West signed their national letters of intent with the colleges of their choice. Earl and West received full scholarships to Lafayette and Delaware State, respectively. Congratulations to both students for their prestigious accomplishments both in and out of the classroom.
Recently, Hatfield Elementary School has been celebrating a massive accomplishment as they reached 3 Green Globes. The Green Globe system is a revolutionary system that rates, assesses, and guides buildings to push towards a greener design, operation, and management. Presently, only 2 other elementary schools in the nation have received 3 Green Globes, one being Inglewood Elementary. Congratulations to Hatfield Elementary for their outstanding accomplishments, and to both Inglewood and Hatfield for being the only 2 3 Green Globe elementary schools in Pennsylvania to date.
In celebration of North Penn School District's 50th anniversary, the Lansdale Historical Society will be presenting highlights from a North Penn portrait. A North Penn portrait is a documentary created by John L. Ruth and his son Jay, and traces of the history of this area from pre-colonial times to the late 1980s. It shows the growth of the small boroughs and townships grow into what would become the North Penn area. The event will occur February 17th at 7 p.m. in the high school auditorium. Also that night, the Historical Society will also present images from North Penn schools throughout the years, as well as the popular Now You See It, Now You Don't program. So come out and enjoy the show.
On Friday, February 19th, the North Penn Thespians will be hosting their 17th annual Broadway Cares Equity Fights AIDS Night of the Arts at the North Penn High School Auditorium. Coffee House lobby performances begins at 7 p.m., followed by the main stage auditorium show at 7:30, and a silent auction through the entire show. No tickets are needed, but a $5 donation is suggested. All the proceeds for the donations and the silent auction go towards Broadway Cares Equity Fight AIDS.
Cake Boss has nothing on Nash Elementary. Families at the elementary school took part in the long-standing tradition of holding a cakewalk by decorating ornate cakes to be on display during the Winter Carnival. Cake decorations range from BB-8s from Star Wars to gumball machines and many more. Families walked around tables to music, and when the music stopped, the family won the cake. Do you have any feedback or suggestions for the North Penn School District? Here's your chance to lend your voice to the community. Superintendent Dr. Kurt Dietrich will continue his community conversation series in 2016, the first of which will take place on Tuesday, March 8, 2016 at the Montgomery Township Building. Space is limited and seats fill up fast, so call 215-853-1032 to reserve your spot. Also, parents of soon-to-be kindergartners, be sure to go check out npenn.org and click on the registration tab to find out more information about registration for the 2016-2017 school year.
General Nash Elementary School first grader Cooper Middlecoff got the opportunity to live out everyone's dream, riding in the back of a police car. Cooper was escorted to school by a member of the Talmenton Police Department along with Nash Principal Mr. Winkle. Cooper won the car ride in a contest that benefited the Nash Homes and School Association. Congratulations to Cooper and thanks to the Talmenton Police Department.
That's all for this edition of North Penn News. I'm Quadri Fletcher.
And I'm Dan Haynes. Have a great day.